Nigga walk off in the spot, wearing that shit that don't come off for months.
La música de Harry Funk.
Yo, I'm Rose Spit, and I'm SooDetroit, but I'm Pontiac though.
Coulda sold crack, but I sold sneakers, nigga, it's a fact. I'm a motherfucking fresh boy. We getting it, baby. I'm a motherfucking fresh boy. We getting it, baby. I'm a motherfucking fresh boy. We getting it, baby. I'm a motherfucking fresh boy. We getting it, baby.
So, as a child, what kind of grasped my attention to music is really just, just being around hip hop, older cousins, uncles, and everybody. Like in that day, the early '90s, it was everything was hip hop. And that's when it really started to blow up. So, I just wanted to, I was kind of that kid from afar that was looking into it, just seeing how everything was moving. And then even at a young age, I started seeing how people were making like a living and making money off of this. And then the hanger thing, it's funny that I'm into fashion, but it was just like, just being a kid. My cousin is one below from Binary Star, and he's like an underground legend. But we used to those hangers, those clothes, I think it's the jeans or the pants hangers that was like you could break them up, and we used to break them up and tie black tape around them, and then we would kind of like use them as a microphone. You know what I mean? So like he would be like Q-Tip and I would be Phife Dawg, or he would be Eazy-E and I would be Ice Cube. You know what I mean? And we would be our artists. The artists that we loved at the time, and just kind of like rap along. It was, now that I look back, it was a fun time, man. It's just crazy. My transition from a DJ to an MC, like a lot of people don't even know, I started off as a DJ, and really the only reason I started off DJing is because I was scared to stand up in front of people, like stage fright basically, and so that was kind of my way to get out of to be able to stand up in front of people and not say anything. So and I kind of let my hands talk, and I got good at it, kind of got a name for it. And then like I was in Chicago with my cousin DJing for him, and he asked me, he knew I was like freestyling and rapping and stuff, so he asked me to come out from behind the turntables and rap one night, and I did it and like literally never looked back. And the crazy thing about it is one of the main reasons that I wanted to be, I always wanted to be an MC, but the thing that pushed me is that I was in a group called Subterraneous, and it was like six MCs, and I was a DJ, and every time we would go to an event or go to a club, I was the only one carrying, big cases. The phrase "oh shit, Rose Spit," I honestly don't really know where it came from, but it really is just being on stage and kind of not really knowing, really what to say, and you're just on stage and like, oh shit, Rose Spit, and had the crowd kind of go back and forth. And then I've thought about it before, and it's like, I remember I used to freestyle and kind of, when you freestyling, which I don't do anymore. Get that right. So don't ask me to freestyle. And it's those words, like those natural words that rhyme with your name. And I used to kind of search for those words, and that's like the first thing I would think about. It's not, a lot of people think it's some crazy story that I was on stage and I was rocking the mic and I tripped over the chord and I was like, oh shit, and then the crowd was like, oh, Rose Spit. It didn't happen, nothing like that. I might start saying that though. That's kind of dope. That's kind of dope. I'm gonna say that next time. Yeah. Performing at Summer Jam was dope. Just kind of being back there and seeing all these people, seeing everybody, and even kind of meeting people that I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet. Like I met Vezo backstage. That was the first time I ever met him. We got like mutual friends and mutual people that we deal with. But that was the first time I met really him and the whole like Team Eastside. Just being on, like, it's crazy, man. It's like one of the few times that you feel like a star at home. You know what I mean? Like the radio station 107.5, they made you. We was doing radio interviews back in the back, on live on the air and just stuff like that, man. And it was, like I said, one of the few times that you feel like a celebrity or a star at home. So it was super dope. It was super dope. Swag for Sale is the single, my newest single that I'm pushing. And one thing a lot of people don't know about me is I love ratchet music. I love it. Like, would kill for it. And I like pop music. I love pop music. I got two daughters, and Taylor Swift and like One Direction, love it. But the hook for Swag for Sale comes from a 2 Chainz song. I was just listening to it and I was like, damn, that's like, it fits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got swag for sale, like literally. I have a store, Burn Rubber, and and sometimes we give discounts, so we give out bargains. You know what I mean? So I got swag for sale and I'm giving niggas bargains. But then it just goes into the whole, being an MC and being the freshest nigga from where you from. You know what I'm saying? Or feeling that way at least. The way Dusty got involved with the song is it was a couple different things. Like Dusty has been down with the store and down with Burn Rubber since we took ownership of it. And we always talked about working and we kind of moving in different directions, kind of moving in like 2 different genres of hip hop, quote unquote, And I finally got to the point, like, and then I was Coin Handlers Management had already been managing him, and then we had been talking about them managing me. So it was kind of one of those things, like, man, before, I'm not even on the team yet, but it's a love there, and it's a relationship from all aspects of it. So I'm like, man, let me get him on this track, make it official, and it just like, that was like the beginning of the whole Coin Handlers roast spit thing. I think my versatility is what separates me from, because I like the thing is I never really, with my music, I never wanted to be put in a box, and it's like I'm just like everybody else. When I wake up on a Monday morning and I'm thinking of taking over the world and coming up with the craziest business marketing ideas that's gonna change the game, and then by that night I'm like, yo, let's go to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? And then the next day I'm like, I got a family and I got daughters, so I'm thinking of something totally different. But that's the thing that I always want. Like my box is me not being in a box. So that's just something I always wanted to get across. So every time, people thought I was this underground, backpacker rapper, and it's funny because I hate backpack rap. I hate that kind of music. But people, I was kind of put in that realm because the people I was around was in that realm, and I was just making, even back then I was making the same kind of music I make now. But yeah, that's me not being in the box is my box. The reason that I release EPs instead of mixtapes. I've been releasing EPs instead of mixtapes. It's kind of twofold. Like the bigger picture is that, I noticed that, people put out these CDs and these mixtapes and they have 27 songs on them, 20 songs on them, and then it's like 4 or 5 songs that people are talking about, and all those other songs are great music. It's still good music, but it kind of gets overshadowed because of, just the amount of music that's on it. So what I wanted to do is like kind of take those songs, those 5 to 6 songs or 4 to 5 songs that I felt was my strongest songs at the time, and put them out, and was trying to do them more frequent. You know what I mean? Like I did 2 in less than a year, and was really ready to do 4 or 5, but some other things kind of happened. And that's the second part of it, is like, I have a reality show. Me and the guys at Burn Rubber, we got a reality show. So the one of them that I dropped was to go with that, and part of it was because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready at the time to put out a whole mixtape, but I had those songs that I think it was 4 or 5 songs on that I put together, and just dropped it with the show, because the show is like, it's crazy. The show, when it drops in like a day or two, it's getting like 200, 300,000 views. So my thing was like 200,000, 300,000 people are looking at this. Why not drop a project with it? The reality show came about. It was a mutual friend from that works with Shady, and we've done work with him in the past, but he's like literally a friend, and he was doing some stuff with Eminem, shooting. He's a photographer, and he was shooting some stuff with Eminem, and Paul Rosenberg approached him, was just telling him about some ideas that he had, and somebody approached him to do a reality web show, a reality web-based series on Eminem, but Eminem's not that guy. He's not the guy that's gonna have cameras all around him, and you know, he's kind of private into himself. So he was like, man, what can I do to, you know, represent Detroit in a positive way, show something different than what's on TV now. And you know, they got to talking, and he was like, what's up with those guys at Burn Rubber? And you know, it was like he called us, we set up a meeting, and the rest is history. What you can expect from Roast Spit going into the new year is just kind of like seeing the brand growing, and you know, more push behind it. You know, I'm in a position that I can like, you know, it kind of goes back to my last full length project, the Glass Ceiling project, and you know, I titled that for a reason, because you know, sometimes it feels like you get to a point in your own area where you can't really go any higher, you know, and it happens a lot of time for like, the term is from like women, most of the time women in business, you know, like a lot of women get to that glass ceiling and they can see certain things, but you know, certain people won't let them up and certain people won't pull them up. So I just kind of applied that to how I felt at the time. You know, there's a lot of people around me that I'm on the same level as, and it's like it's kind of like we're all in the minor leagues, and they're getting snatched up to the major leagues, and I'm not, you know what I mean? So that was the whole thing with the Glass Ceiling project. But you know, it's my turn to get to the majors and, you know, be Verlander. Oh shit, Roast Spit is rocking with SooDetroit. Yeah.